Monster Monday, brought to you by First 5 California. To learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress, go to first5california.com. We are live from Chase Center here at the Courtside Club for Warriors Media Day. Basketball is right around the corner. Training camp starts tomorrow. First game against the Phoenix Suns, October 24th. We'll all say hello to Kevin Durant and give him one standing ovation.
Absolutely.
And then it's all from that, but we cannot discredit Kevin Durant for what he did here in a Golden State Warriors uniform. And we can't discredit what Ron Adams has done here in the organization. He is the defensive specialist. I don't even know his title anymore. It's been assistant coach, defensive coordinator. He could probably take a few things and teach us something about the 49ers defense. But it's good to see Ron Adams here bright and early here at 8:33. Ron, good morning, man.
Morning. Good to see you guys. You look good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about looking good.
I often wondered how you guys look this early in the morning, and you look really good. So.
17 cups of coffee, Coach.
Well, we look a little better because we're at Chase Center, but our shirts are usually wrinkled. We don't have on jeans, Ron. We don't do our hair. We don't put gel in it. It's a mess.
I do.
We are a mess.
What are you talking about? I do. I want to get right into this, Coach, because you're just a sports lover, okay? And we were talking about just certain players they pass the eye test. Steph Curry does not look like a prototypical, superstar NBA player because of the physique or whatever. But when you watch him play, it's just beautiful. You watch Brock Purdy, and what do you think?
I just see efficiency. It's funny how he exudes just a certain kind of confidence, efficiency, very little wasted motion in how he plays that position. And I like studying quarterbacks and just seeing how they react. But he fits hand in glove with their system, too.
100%.
And I think that's a huge part of it. But really an amazing story. But again, when you watch just again, how he connects, how he fits, I think he's a real extension for Coach Shanahan of Coach's philosophy of how to play the game, which is really important. It's like a point guard who, comes over to the sideline and you're on the same page. And I don't think there's a better feeling for a coach than that.
Then when you have a special player like Christian McAffrey, you're just raving about him during the break, Coach. How about this kid from Stafford? 4 touchdowns. And he breaks. It's like we're talking about Will Chamberlain. Right?
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain has all these records, and Steph has been able to break all these records in the Warriors franchise history. And Will has these numbers where he's averaging 50 per year.
It's video games.
It's unreal. Jerry Rice, the same thing in the NFL. He had 23 touchdowns in 1987, and he scored a touchdown in 12 straight games, which is a franchise record. Christian McCaffrey comes over, and he breaks that record, and he wins off NFC Offensive Player of the Month. What about Steve Mack, Christian McCaffrey? What you see from him?
Energy. He's just a dynamo.
Yeah.
In watching the recap of many of the games yesterday, when I coached in Europe, it was funny because at the end of the week, they had the Premier League, which wasn't as big then. This was 40-plus years ago. But they had the Premier League highlights, and it was great. Like for an hour and a half, you got to see every, match. And here with football, you can do the same. But I've been impressed with his force and so many great runners in the league, and so much speed in the league. It's really amazing. Some of these teams, the athleticism and the speed of the team. And he stands out, though. He's relentless. I don't know what term, you guys have all the terms.
Yeah.
But he is just, you notice him. He is like something extra.
Yeah, it's that gravity pull, that gravitational pull like Steph Curry, who comes from a long time.
Right.
You have to be aware of him. Steph Curry crosses half court, and there's 10 eyes on Steph Curry thinking, oh, dear, he's going to pull up from 30 feet, and he's going to bury us here. Christian McCaffrey, that same type of gravitational pull, where's 23 had that pass game and the run game, and it's opening up everything for everybody. Now you got a new player here in Chris Paul, who has been traded here. We all know he's a Hall of Fame point guard. He's been a rival for so long, especially with this fan base, but now he's here with the Golden State Warriors. What excites you the most about having Chris Paul on this basketball team?
Well, I'd use the word experience, first of all. He has great experience, great basketball intelligence. And I think what says the most about him is he reports to camp. Guys are playing last week. He's in great shape. He's 38 years old. And he is one of the most committed basketball players and the most competitive basketball players I think I've seen over the last X number of years. It's interesting as a rookie. I'll try to remember which team I was with, but perhaps
with a lot of them, Rod.
it was back down the pike a bit. But as a rookie, we had a timeout, and their timeout had broken earlier than ours, and he's over listening to our timeout. I was talking to him about that the other day. But yeah, just the experience factor. I think his leadership is really going to be good for our team, especially for our younger guys. Chris is a born leader, obviously. His whole life from high school on reflects that. But I think it's important to have people coaching your younger guys, and it's not a matter of helping them grow up and develop, but it's a matter of being direct at a given moment on the court, trying to pull it all together. And I think he does that as well as anyone.
What's it look like defensively with him out there and let's say Steph out there at the same time? Do you have to maybe have certain personnel on the floor with them, or are you going to try different schemes? I know like Miami went to zone last year. They got some great players who can play great zone. Bam's such a unique player. But what do you think it looks like defensively when him and Curry are out on the floor?
To be extremely honest with you, we don't know.
Okay.
And there are some things that we'll find out once we get going. But I think the thing about Chris defensively, he's older. He's not the Chris of probably 6 years ago or whatever, but he is a very aggressive player. And he's really intelligent in playing ball screens, pick and rolls. He it has always been extremely aggressive on the ball. And so as it is with many teams in this league, you look at what you have, who's going to play, and then your defense tries to facilitate that. In other words, protecting some people who need protection. We've always done that here. And but I think he's going to fit in well in that regard. And we'll do some different stuff this year defensively. We're playing a little bit more zone, and we'll see how that works. But again, I can sit here and pontificate about what's going to happen one way or the other, but the fun thing and the exciting thing about this team right now is that it will,
play himself out,
progress.
Yeah.
And as soon as we start practicing in training camp, we're going to discover a lot. And I think what we discover will be really positive. So.
Ron Adams, assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors, been alongside for the 4 championship rings. And, a lot of people always ask Steve Kerr, man, how long do you got? Do you enjoy coaching? We're 75 years old, and you look like you're 50, Ron. You're still sipping fine wine. You still seem energetic.
He goes right to the wine.
No, he loves the wine. I got to get that in. That's, sorry.
It's 8:41 in the morning.
Hey,
Let the man live.
Low-hanging fruit, man. There's nothing wrong with a little Pinot at night.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ron, how do you feel, man? You seemed energized. Even the last few years, you seem like you're still in tune with the defensive scheme. You're still in tune with the basketball team. I know there's rumors that, Ron, you may step away for at one point, but how long? Because it seems like you're a basketball lifer, and heck, they may have to take you up the basketball court when you're 90 years old. How long do you feel like you have left?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I will say to that comment that this organization has been great to me, really, really special. I have a different role. They put up with me. I hope I contribute, but that's how I look at it. I think that what keeps me going is we have some really good young guys again. I love the young guys, just seeing how they will develop, trying to help them reach their goals. And, of course, the team is like family.
Right.
This team's been together forever. And so just seeing the growth even now, and for some of the older guys, it's a mental growth. It's a mental transition of, again, I wasn't what I was maybe 5 years ago, but I'm still really good. And that's exciting too, because my whole thing in coaching has always been just the growth factor and the people aspect of it. I can't give you chapter and verse on a lot of seasons that I've coached. but I can give you chapter and verse on the great people that I've been with in every stop. And I think you find that here,
no doubt.
on radio. If you guys didn't get along as people,
waking up with this guy,
what you do would be really, I think, dicier. And so that's the thing that is important. You know, we all like to be connected. We all like to be around a group that grows us. And I like to think that I grow every day. I learn things every day from our young coaches, and hopefully I impart things to them too.
Well, Ron, I'm glad you said that, because the gravity that I possess as a radio host has truly enabled my Splash brother over here to reach the height of heights.
He's right. He's my Batman. No doubt about it. Real quick before we get you out of here,
It's
Ron.
a total lie.
Before we get you out of here, Jonathan Kuminga. A lot of fans love him, and he has all the potential in the world. Is that a guy you're looking forward to taking that next step? Because you talk about athleticism. You talk about, we've seen flashes of him guarding some of the best offensive players in this league, and Jonathan Kuminga can hold his own at times. He also could get to the free throw line. What's it look like for him? What are you looking for in terms of that leap for this young man who's dying to play out there on the floor?
Well, the first thing I would say is the door is open for him. You know, I think it's going to be a time for him to shine. And we have Draymond down for a bit with that ankle. So, again, there's going to be some good visibility for him. I think he's growing up. He's had a good summer. I think the strength of this team is going to be our team intelligence. And there are a lot of people around him and a lot of the new guys that we have brought in who know how to play the game. And so I think this is going to help him, but I think he's growing. I mean, he's kind of on a natural growth pattern. He came in here a very inexperienced guy. And I think he, again, this is his time. Now look, this is an opportunity league. You get an opportunity, like in any sport, and then you got to run with it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And before I forget, one interesting aside, and I'm sure maybe you guys know that, but about the 49ers, getting back to them, is Cameron Brown, Mike's son, is coaching with the 49ers.
No way.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep. I think I might be wrong on this, but he has some responsibilities with maybe the linebackers.
Oh.
And it's really great. And Mike is really, really happy about it and so on. But he's a really gifted kid.
No wonder Kings players are coming down to 49.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Hufanga and De'Aaron Fox were exchanging uniforms.
King and Murray was down there. And, Kevin Horter or whatnot. But no doubt.
Mike is just over the moon.
That's cool.
And Cameron's a great kid. And he's a football player. Went to Case Western Reserve. Case Western.
Yeah. Oh, Northwestern.
Case Western.
Oh, Case
We'll look
Western.
that up right now.
Yeah.
We'll look that up right now. This is why we always have you on, Ron.
Really great academic school, and I thought he was going to go into business.
Yeah.
But he played football, loved it. And I think he played in Europe for a year in
outside linebackers coach.
Yeah.
Case Western Reserve University.
Yep. Case Western Reserve.
There you go. 25 years old. Defensive quality control.
Usually coaching's a calling.
I love Big Mike.
Yeah.
And but I've never seen a happier papa. So.
Well, as you said, opportunity, right, for Jonathan Kuminga. Draymond Green got his opportunity once David Lee got hurt that first year you guys were all together. And look at Draymond Green now. He's walking into the Hall of Fame. At one point, Brock Purdy taking advantage of our opportunity. Now he's going 20 for 21 on a Sunday afternoon. So, Ron, we can't wait for the season. Training camp starts tomorrow. It's always good to talk to you. Let's do it again soon. We appreciate the time and all the wisdom. Yeah. We always learn something with Coach Ron Adams.
Be well. You look good.
Oh.
You're both young. World's at your feet, so keep going.
We're trying to. Yep. I need him to carry me.
Yeah,
or Raymond Ritter.
Yeah.
Raymond Ritter.
We
just don't follow behind Matt Steinmetz. That's all.
Never ages.
No, he doesn't.
You know? Now, you talk about a guy who likes his job.
Oh, well.
I mean, we know. We know. And he likes his suits. You notice him? You see the change in him since you guys started winning championships?
He's dressing better.
looked like a pallbearer for his first few years with the Warriors. Now look at him.
Wow.
Purple, pink. Not that much.
Yeah.
He's always been.
That's that bust up that ran
A
him
lot
over.
of colors. A lot of colors.
A lot of colors, yes,
Yeah, a lot of
exactly.
colors.
Goodness.
A little swagger from old Raymond Ritter. Nah, Ron,
Double
thank you so
Rs.
much, man.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks for the time, always.
see you,
Ron
guys.
Adams, assistant coach with
You
Golden
have
State Warriors, of course.
a great rest of the year.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
absolutely.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
try. We'll try. It's easy with you guys back in the fray. Warriors starting hoops, and then, of course, the 49ers going 4-0 to start the season. It's easy to do this job.
is.
It gets easier.
See you,
Now,
buddy.
talk to us about baseball, and then we'll get sidetracked here.